There's something about live TV that seems to make Murphy's Law more likely to kick in than any other time. If someone's caught having an embarrassing or awkward moment on live TV, it stays with us forever, and the internet is there to make sure nobody ever forgets it. In one fashion or the other, there are literally 100 or so times live TV has gone horribly wrong, but in this video, we've selected for you some of the most awkward live television moments of all time. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Number 1. Dressed as the Statue of Liberty for Halloween, Wendy Williams was introducing a segment about Halloween costumes when she suddenly stopped talking, began visibly shaking, lost her balance, and collapsed. The show then cut to an extended commercial break before Williams came back on air and addressed the audience. A smiling Williams said that was not a stunt. She later told that she was overheated in her costume and passed out, but she came back like the champ she is. Before signing off, Williams asked, "Is that the end of the show? Was I passed out for that long?" She really knows how to work with her crowd. Number 2. Mike Tyson is known to be a cool-headed guy. You can chat about tigers, race pigeons across the Sierra Madre, and boxing, obviously. What you cannot do, however, is spring a loaded question on him regarding his prior sexual assault conviction in the middle of a live television broadcast. This is the scene that played when Tyson sat down with CP24 Toronto news anchor Nathan Downer. Nathan asked Mike how he would respond to being a convicted rapist. To his credit, Tyson didn't spontaneously combust into a human bonfire upon hearing the question. He attempted to brush it off, but Downer had struck a nerve, and Tyson wasn't about to let it go. He quickly interrupted his handler to make his feelings known. The interview ended before the time was up, and so did Nathan's career. Number 3. A news station in San Diego thought it would be cool to have a man with a jetpack kick off a morning segment in 2011. Unfortunately, the jetpack malfunctioned, and the man went directly into the water instead of going up like he was supposed to. Even the newscasters couldn't control their laughter. After a while, the man came out and performed his jetpack tricks in the air, but the damage was already done. But all the awkwardness and embarrassment couldn't stop the guy smiling with his teeth out. Number 4. The two stars, Kesha and Jerry Seinfeld, both attended a charity event held by the David Lynch Foundation. While the Seinfeld star was being interviewed on the red carpet, singer Kesha interrupted the comedian to tell him that she loves him so much. She then asked if she could hug him. After Seinfeld said no thanks and physically dodged Kesha's attempt to hug him, he then said to the interviewer, "I don't know who that was." Kesha went away really sad and embarrassed, and after being told it was Kesha, Seinfeld replied, "Okay, well, I wish her the best." Would you deny Kesha a hug? Number 5. Social media exploded in outrage after Fashion Police host Kelly Osbourne, who is Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, tried to defend Latinos from presidential candidate Donald Trump on The View, but ended up offending many of them instead. It all started when the co-host, Rosie Perez, was talking about Trump's controversial remarks on Mexican immigrants. The candidate previously said that Mexican immigrants are, quote, bringing drugs, bringing crime, and that they're rapists. And this is what Kelly responded with. Perez jumped in as Osbourne stammered, "There are more jobs than that in the country for Latinos, and Latinos are not the only people who clean toilets." Kelly tried to save herself with more words, but everything backfired on her. Maybe try to think before you speak, Kelly. Number 6. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake famously coined the term wardrobe malfunction at 2004's Super Bowl 38. Performing together during the halftime show, Timberlake pulled a piece of Jackson's top away as he sang the "Rock Your Body" lyric. Quote, "Bet I'll have you naked by the end of this song." His words came unexpectedly true, as Jackson's upper body part was exposed on live TV. Thankfully, the performance ended right that second and the lights went out, but the embarrassing moment was still caught on live TV and will stay on the internet forever. Number 7. The former Vice President Joe Biden was posing with some newly minted senators. It wasn't really a famous event, but the C-SPAN news channel was there recording the ceremony. This resulted in the cameraman recording and broadcasting the vice president's creepiest moment ever to the entire nation. Biden calls the little girl Maggie to stand by him for the photograph. Biden then leans down to say something to the little girl, but it takes him a really long time and starts getting creepy. Look at Maggie's face and body language. You can imagine her screaming, "Get me out of there!" And when you think it cannot get any worse, Biden leans more to give the little girl a kiss, which she eventually dodges. Biden looked less like a grandpa and more like someone you wouldn't want near your children. Number 8. Freestyling a poem is very tricky stuff, as evident by this poet and author who attempts to do so during an interview on Talk of Alabama. When he's about to spit an epic freestyle, Marshall Pope simply stares at the camera and smiles like his face has been frozen. We have to give him props for making the attempt, but his numerous false starts, lack of content, and desperate stare at the camera are enough to make anyone cringe in agony. Good thing the interviewer saves the day. We wonder how long he would have kept staring. Number 9. Erin Andrews was at Daytona working for Fox Sports as a sideline reporter. While she searched for Danica Patrick, she happened upon an unlikely celebrity sighting, 50 Cent. Because Andrews could not locate Patrick, it was a stroke of luck to find a high-profile interview opportunity. Very quickly, though, that good fortune turned extremely awkward, as you can see for yourself. After the cringe-worthy exchange, Andrews went into the crowd to get away from a salivating 50 Cent, while the rapper followed. Apparently, he was helping her look for Patrick. At least, that's how he saw it. Number 10. A political science professor, Robert E. Kelly, made headlines in March 2017 when his live interview on BBC News didn't quite go as planned. He was talking about the South Korean president who was arrested on multiple charges in 2017. Appearing on the network over Skype, Kelly was joined during his segment by some surprising guests, his children. The two toddlers burst into the room and could be seen in the background as Kelly spoke. The mother came rushing in and pulled the kids out of the room. It was an awkward but honestly very adorable moment. Number 11. Kanye West just keeps on giving. He continued his run of unexpected jokes on live TV in 2009 at the MTV Music Video Awards. The rapper jumped on the stage after Taylor Swift was awarded the honor of Best Female Video to stump for Beyoncé Knowles. He famously said this into the microphone. Taylor was so confused and embarrassed that she couldn't even enjoy what was supposed to be one of the best moments of her life, and she even cried while Beyoncé shook her head in disbelief. Taylor still hasn't forgotten it and frequently disses him in her songs. Number 12. In one of the most cringeworthy moments in recent TV history, Steve Harvey's Miss Universe hosting gig went off the rails in a big way. After the pageant's various rounds, the field of beauty queens was finally cleared to the last few. Just as the winner was to be crowned, Harvey misread the card, accidentally awarding the title of Miss Universe to Miss Colombia instead of the true winner, Miss Philippines. It was arguably one of the most embarrassing moments on live TV. Number 13. In a notorious live TV moment, runners for BBC News managed to somehow bring the wrong guy onto a news broadcast. While guest Guy Cooney was still in traffic, poor Guy Goma, who was at the BBC waiting for a job interview elsewhere, got rounded up and plonked on the sofa. To be fair to him, we'd also be thinking it was some weird part of the interview to see how you can handle a stressful situation. To make matters worse, the poor guy didn't even get the job he was applying for. Number 14. Tom Hanks is such a clean-cut everyman that it's actually hard to imagine him casually swearing. But the truth is, every person occasionally lets an F-bomb slip. In this 2012 episode of Good Morning America, Hanks channeled one of his many characters from Cloud Atlas. He got a little too into character though, and uttered one of the 7 words you can't say on TV. Hanks immediately apologized to the audience and tried to make fun of himself. It's awkward for sure, but few actors could play it off better than Hanks. Number 15. Alright, you've probably seen this one before. During a demo for the new Tesla Cybertruck, Elon Musk had an embarrassing moment when demonstrating how hard the windows were to break. The all-electric truck was unveiled in Hawthorne, California, where its angular design was greeted with cheers but also confusion. Twice, the truck's windows were smashed, with Mr. Musk joking there was room for improvement. Later on, Elon Musk explained, shortly before the person threw the steel ball at the windows, he'd hit the truck's door with a big sledgehammer. That was to demonstrate the strength of the truck's body panels. According to Elon, the impact from the blows of the sledgehammer also slightly damaged the glass, and this is why the windows of the truck broke down. Better luck next time, Elon. That is our list of the most awkward moments caught on live TV. Which one do you think was the best one? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.